1 second. Roll Tide full of pride. I repeat, Roll Tide full of pride. Now we're gonna get into more recruiting news. Of course, we're also gonna break down the roster as of now. We're gonna really break down and do a deep dive into the linebacker room. Q Reese to be exact. One of the many linebackers who will make a splash. As far as the linebacker room goes, you expect to see a maybe heavy rotation. Now it will be evident who the starters are and who plays majority of the time. But at the end of the day, expect to see at least three different rotations between amongst the Alabama linebackers. Period. Bottom line, no cap. Matter of fact, the Alabama defense as a whole, because they have first string guys, second string guys who could definitely be first string guys. So I expect to see them play as well. In the safety room, boom. Of course, you got Keon Sabb and Bray Hubbard. But don't be shocked or surprised if you see Mincy in the rotation, if you see Dre Kirkpatrick Jr. in the rotation. Kirkpatrick Jr., a safety I have spoken on before. That man is physical, that man is aggressive, and that man lays the lumber. If he can just stay out of trouble and keep his mind right, sky's the limit. Matter of fact, there's no limit for that dog. But the Alabama defense is stacked. I stand on that 10 toes down. Period. Bottom line, no cap. You hear me? Heavy. All facts, no cap. So the Alabama defense is ready. I love the trajectory it is going in. But like I always say, a lot more work to be done. Bama has more work to put in, more work to put in. And right now we know spring ball is right around the corner. A lot of competitions, a lot of battles. From the QB competition, from the QB position, running backs room, right? Receivers room, all that. We know Ron Williams is engaged. So where's his mind at? Is he fully locked in? But his spot can definitely be taken for real. His spot is definitely up for grabs. I believe K Dog will make it be so where everything will be earned, nothing is given, and he will make sure, I repeat, make sure the best men, the best players are on the field. No hesitation, bro, for real, no way around it. We need the best guys on the field week in, week out. No favoritism, politics, boom. Which booster is paying this? Who's paying this? Who's saying that? Kill that noise, poppycock. We want the best dogs on the field for real. Why? That gives Bama the best chance to win. But we know recruiting is at an all-time high. A lot of news coming in, coming out, coming in, coming out. But Bama is in play. I repeat, Bama is in play for some big time, big name players. I've talked about them already. Guess what? I will continue to talk about them, speak about them, period, because you have some classes coming up and coming in, starting with the 2026 class. You got freshmen in that class who could play right away. The 27 class, you got a chance to be number one. A few signings here, a few signings there. Bama has the number one recruiting class, but even more important, some may say, the 2028 class is some real battles going on. There's some real battles in the 27 class as well, with some big names, high profile schools. So at the end of the day, Bama must continue to battle. K Dog must continue to battle. The state of Alabama is really good right now, but they have to keep growing and keep building. I really believe they learned and they will turn that Indiana loss, horrible, horrific loss, into a real win. No way around it. I stand on that 10 toes down. But everyone must believe, everyone must be on the same accord. And it starts with K Dog and his staff. And the moves he has made thus far, I agree with him. You had to get rid of Coach Cap and you bring in a guy like Adrian Clem, a vet. He played the game, has experience in the game, full action. I'm sure he knows how to identify, but not only identify talent, but mold and develop that talent right, put that talent in the best position to win. And that's what it's all about. So at the end of the day, I really like where this team is at and the direction they are headed. But they got to continue to grow. I will always say they have to continue to grow. But according to videos and rumors, speculations, news, etc., truth, etc., them boys really putting that work in on the football field and in that weight room. Them boys going real hard. Got me ready to start recording my workouts again. Shouldn't say workouts. My training days again. Yeah, workout is a joke, homie. We really train over here around yonder. You hear me? Harry, heavy. Period. No cap. But I heard them boys is going hard in that training facility and in them training rooms. And that's where it starts, at least right now. Put the work in, man. Build your body. Develop more. Strength and conditioning. I repeat, strength and conditioning, very important. What is the program like, baby? What is the program like? Is it intense? Is it amped up? Are they getting jacked up? Are they really building strength, etc.? Are they getting faster, stronger, bigger? Or are they on the right nutrition program, man? Like all of the above matters. So we're going to see how this off season goes and continues to go. And at the end, when it's all said and done and the smoke clears, we're gonna see where Bama is at. But I feel like it will be a good place. So let's go ahead and hop in, dive into these articles. I believe we got some more new news in today, so I will be checking everything out. Like I say, a lot of recruiting news, recruiting news. The recruiting hunt is on. It's a real battle for real. You know, Bama is in battles with Ole Miss, with Tennessee for certain positions, right? Come on now, homie, for real. Certain positions, certain position groups, and the list goes on. So I can just go ahead and break it down in the boogie downtown. Let's just start here first, hop right into it. No need to waste any time. And I'm also going to get into the guys on the roster now. Like I say, do a deep dive, a deep look into the linebacker position. Certain names pop out. Certain players flashed in certain games last year. Even if it was young guys getting opportunities, the Q Reese's, maybe, baby. I expect great things and big things from Q Reese, baby. He flashed in the ULN Monroe game last year, this past season. I expect him to flash all year. He might even be a starter for real. A lot of competition, a lot of talent in that linebacker room. On the defense as a whole, I mean, shit, on the offense as a whole, right? Right. Will that talent be developed? Will that talent be put in the best position to win? Right? Will they be on the same accord? Will it be orderly conduct, zoned in, locked in, week in and week out? That's what it's about, man. For real. That's what it will come down to. So we gonna start here. Now you know about Anthony Sweeney. I've spoken on Anthony Sweeney before. Nation's number three. I repeat, the nation's number three edge rusher in the land. Anthony Sweeney. Keep your name out. Keep your eye out for Anthony Sweeney, baby. For real. Sweeney set spring schedule with a few SEC schools, setting the pace. What does that mean? What does that mean? Subliminally, maybe that means it's real competition for him. Bama will have to battle to get him. Period. And you're not gonna be shocked at all. That's what it comes down to. Sometimes this is the game they're in. Pay for play, but it's much bigger than pay for play because we've seen players already not just go to the pay, but instead of go to the pay, they go to where their spirit leads them, their heart leads them, man. Where they wanted to play as a kid. They've had big dreams of playing for Bama, putting that A on their helmet, A on their back, their chest, etc. Man, putting their uniform on, rocking that Bama jersey, right? Repping the Crimson Tide, roll tide full of pride. Only is that MD Izzy from Maryland. Good cancel blue chip edge rusher Anthony Sweeney tells rivals he has spring visits mapped out. The rival industry's number three edge rusher will begin at Alabama on March 9th, head to South Carolina on March 18th. You know, South Carolina loves edge rushers, and trust me, dog, If South Carolina is after him heavy, that means he's a great player potentially. Because one thing about South Carolina, they bring in and put out great edge rushers. I repeat, they bring in, homie, and put out great edge rushers, especially recently. Or as far as the ones who are on their team now. They got a bunch of Levy dogs on them outside at that outside edge rusher position, man, for real. On March 18th, get to Auburn on March 24th, hit LSU on March 28th, and wrap up the month at local Maryland on March 31st. So he's a Maryland guy. Shout out Maryland in the building. But the fact the board is going everywhere, K Dog is going everywhere searching for talent. But when SEC schools want him, so many as well, the Auburns, the Alabama, the South Carolinas, the Tennessees, right, the LSUs, that means he has something special, man. I repeat, that means he has something special. Yeah, when all the SEC schools are attacking, right, and going after certain guys, from Maryland, from up north, etc., the guys from Jersey, that means they have real pure talent. April trips include Oregon on the 2nd, Texas Tech on the 4th, and Texas A&M on the 11th. These visits are very important because they will ultimately drive my decision, Sweeney said. My goal is to see how the position coach works with the edge room and to see firsthand how they are developed. Very important to him, and it makes sense, of course. I would say it's been a tight race so far, and I'm very thankful to be in this position. The schools that have stood out from the group are tied to elite coaching and the relationships I've been able to build with them. Texas A&M, Alabama, Tennessee, and South Carolina are a few of the programs I've been getting to know for quite some time now. So it's just been a blessing. As it stands, all of schools I've been talking to have a real shot, and I'm looking forward to seeing who's going to show me I'm a priority. I know I will be a game changer at the new level. Beyond the spring trips, Sweeney will get back to Alabama for his official visit the weekend of May 29th and then to Texas A&M on June 12th. Alabama has always been a favorite for Sweeney. What keeps me high on the team is their ability to develop me into an elite pass rusher and, of course, the culture. Sweeney said, they have made me a priority from the time I got the offer back in April. And that's very important that Bama has done that. I think that will go a long way in him picking his school, period. It gives them a great chance at acquiring him. Sweeney had a great experience in College Station during the fall. What excited me most about the visit is how I can tell everything at Texas A&M revolves around football, from the supportiveness of the fans to the passion shown by players and coaches throughout the day. Most importantly, the D line was really aggressive, and I could see myself playing for Coach Elko. And we know last year A&M had a really good defensive line. That tells you how good Miami was up front. Tennessee is going to be one to watch. Tennessee is a special place. Coach Heupel is a coach who takes pride in developing his players and winning at a high level. I'm looking forward to getting down there for my spring visit. South Carolina is one Sweeney has kept an eye on as well. What continues to excite me about South Carolina is the coaching staff and culture. He said in the past, it's real genuine people who care about me and know what it takes to get me to the next level. Yeah, you probably got a good point there, but you ask which school, if you break it down in the boogie downtown, can really give him the best chance to succeed at the next level. I think it's been proven Bama is ahead of SC South Carolina when it comes to that aspect of college ball. Now, no disrespect to SC, they definitely put good players in the league. But we talking about really being ready and prepared for the next level, baby. I mean, yeah, come on now. Once again, homie, no disrespect. South Carolina, they do they thing, but it's a difference. It's levels. It is levels, definitely. These other programs aim to make a move during the spring. Sweeney is the number one prospect in Maryland and number 21 prospect nationally, regardless of position. So he's a real A1 day one player. Whoever gets him will get a really potential future star, a really big dog, a real big dog, a real Levy dog around yonder. Coming out of Maryland, Baltimore. Once again, shout out respect to Maryland and Baltimore. But this is the battle. I repeat, this is the battle K Dog will have to face. And he may lose some, but he needs to win majority of them. We talk about pay for play. All right, bet. Let's say some of these players do want a bigger bag. Guess what? Sock it to they damn pockets, Bama. I say sock it to they pockets. Like for real. They say Bama broke. Stop it. Huh? Come on now. Stop the cap for real, man. Bottom line, point blank, period, huh? Yeah. Ain't no way in hell Bama broke. Ain't no school in college football broke. Especially no Division One powerhouse school. Come on now, man. They've been getting money for years. So guess what? If you got to pay a little extra to certain players, then you pay a little extra to certain players. But you don't let certain guys get away nor walk away. You attack, you attack. And there's guys out there, I know for sure, for certain, that they won't be led by the money or materials. It's even some guys out there who got good people, smart people, people with some common sense around them and who really care about them around them. So they will be helped. They will have the help to make the best decision. Period, man. I stand on that 10 toes down. Every situation will be different from the next, but at the end of the day, hey, it is what it is. Players who want to come will come, players who don't will go. They will go somewhere else. Sweeney had a great experience in College Station during the fall. I just read that part. You go boom, boom. Tennessee is a special place. Coach Hypo is a coach who takes pride in developing his players. Already read this shit here. So yeah, that's Anthony Sweeney right there, man. Edge rusher out of Maryland. Keep an eye out for him. Definitely, bro. For real. We talk about QBs of the such and such. Bama's really been going in heavy. I repeat, going in heavy on quarterbacks. We got another 4-star potentially in the building. I repeat, another 4-star potentially in the building. Oh yeah. I mean, really the recruiting never really stops. Why? Because it goes really realistically year round. So the recruiting really never stops. 4-star QB Dane Weber talks 8 front runners and visit plans. Yeah. Dane Weber will have a busy spring, and then the 4-star quarterback from Temecula, California, Chaparral should be ready to make his commitment. Weber released his top 8 of Kansas, Cincinnati, Oregon, UCLA, Kansas State, Michigan, Stanford, and Cal, along with an extensive visit schedule ahead of any decisions. So Bama isn't quite in his top right now, but with one visit could change everything. I repeat, one visit could really change every damn thing. Oh yeah. Thursday evening, roll tide full of pride. Roll tide full of pride, baby. Shout out my dog Delt in the building. You hear me? Heavy. Roll tide. Spring ball is right around the corner. Spring ball is right around. But the recruiting battle. Like I said, K Dog has ties pretty much everywhere. Just from the places he has coached, places he has been for show. So a benefit for him, definitely. Period. Definitely a benefit for the board. Let's get back into the article. Boom. USC did not make the top list since the Trojans haven't offered yet, but the Temecula Chaparral standout still plans to visit in late March. Teammate Ellie Woodward, a three-star receiver, recently committed to the Trojans. As for visits, Weber will see Stanford March 7th, Cal on the next day, USC on March 24th, and then Oregon to close out that month. He'll head to Cincinnati for his official visit on April 2nd, followed by his Kansas official the following weekend, and he'll see Kansas State by mid April as well. Weber is expected at UCLA on April 23rd and May 2nd. He'll be at Cal for his official visit on May 28th, and then his official with the Bruins. And then his official with the Bruins will be June 19th, but he could be committed by then. So where the hell does Bama fit in? Below, Weber gives a detailed look at what he likes about his eight front runners. So why the hell are they showing him if Bama isn't in his top eight? Hmm. Let's see here. Yeah, so why the hell does it really matter? I guess they're just showing some of the top guys. Let's get back to see who we got coming in the building. Take us back there, get back into this list. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. So a lot of things happening, a lot of things happening, shaking up in Bama as far as recruiting goes. Pretty much got to stay on it day to day, day by day. Some of them I've already gotten into. I'm gonna just go ahead and break this one down. Four-star defensive back Gideon Gash reacts to pretty amazing offer from Alabama. So another four-star defensive back, cornerback, potentially in the building. Bama has given an offer to earlier this month on February 2nd. Alabama safeties coach Jason Jones extended an offer to 2027 defensive back Gideon Gash. Nice little flashy name right there, man. Gideon Gash. Bama Online caught up with the Detroit native shortly after to hear what his reaction was to the news. So a guy out of Detroit, shout out Detroit. They called me up and said they like my size, how I can move. Gash told BOL, I'm 6'4". I'm a 6'4" corner, another big corner that Bama likes. If you peep game, bro, peep the game. Bama's been bringing in, I repeat, bringing in real big corners. Kane Walmack is setting his defense up well. They already got tall corners on the roster, and damn near every other recruit they've offered to thus far is a big, tall corner. This guy right here, 6'4". We know Dejon Lee, 6'4". Xavier Brown, what, 6'2", maybe the shortest of them all. But he still has nice size and height on him as well. So Kane Walmack is putting together what he wants his defense to look like, period. All facts, no cap. But something is definitely brewing. I repeat, something is definitely brewing in Alabama. Yeah. I'm a 6'4" corner. You don't really see that a lot, you know. They said they like my size and how I can come down and tackle in space. It was really cool. Alabama is a very big, prestigious program. They have a background. Getting that offer from Alabama was pretty amazing. just knowing the reputation they have and knowing they don't just hand out offers to anyone. Gash's 6'4" size sets him apart from many defensive backs, but falls right in line with the type Alabama has been recruiting lately. He's a versatile player, playing both cornerback and safety in his high school career at Detroit Catholic Central. He's ranked as a four-star prospect in the 2027 class, according to the Rivals industry rankings, coming in as the number 247 overall player, a top 25 safety, and a top five player in the state of Michigan. And let's see, his Rivals industry ranking ranks him 90.11 to be exact. Here we go. Rivals, he's ranked 265 nationally, 28th among safeties. And is that Michigan number 7? Know if that MI means Michigan. 24/7 Sports, he's not ranked nationally at all. He's ranked 32 among all the safeties, number 5 safety in Michigan. ESPN got him ranked in at 293, 30th, 30th, number 30 out of safeties, and the number 5 safety in Michigan. So right away, like I always say, don't get too caught up in the hype or the numbers. This could all change after his senior year, right? All these guys coming into 27 got one more year of ball left. But those rankings could definitely go way up. And next year, don't be shocked if he is a 5-star. That's how quickly the game changes. That's how quickly the rankings go up. I mean, you look at a Keelan Russell. One year he was ranked in the 300 numbers. Next year he come back, boom, have an amazing season. He's the number one quarterback in his class. That's how quickly it happens. But Gideon Gash, keep an eye out for Gideon Gash. I definitely like his size. Once again, definitely fits Kane Walmack's scheme as well. Gash had some familiarity with Alabama even before the offer. His older brother, Samson, a wide receiver in the 2026 class and a Michigan State signee, was once a target of the Crimson Tides. Gideon came with Samson on his official visit on November 8th for Alabama's home game against LSU and got to experience Tuscaloosa up close. Yeah, pretty surprised his brother picked Michigan State. Maybe he just wanted to stay at home. Maybe he got a little homesick. Hopefully, this young boy here, his younger brother Gideon Gash, recognize what Bama is, who Bama is, and recognizes the standard and says, hey, I ain't got to stay in Michigan, homie. I'm going to take my talents elsewhere. And no disrespect. Shout out Michigan. Shout out Detroit for sure. But at the end of the day, Bama won all the best players around yonder. At the end of the day, this is a real recruiting battle. Hometown kid or not, I could give a damn. Bama, go get him. 6'4", I'm sure he's fast. Go get Gideon Gash. Period. No cap. Heavy, man. Roll Tide. It's the way of the game. I went down there and met all the coaching staff, Gash said. It was amazing. I just remember being at the game. It was against LSU. There wasn't a single open seat in the crowd, and it was jumping until the end. The atmosphere of SEC football is definitely a little different down there. It was amazing. The facilities are top notch. Their weight room, they keep you super healthy. They're checking on their charts, making sure you make weight or lose weight or whatever you have to do. Campus was super nice. A lot of friendly people down there. Shout out Bama for holding it down and continuing to set the damn standard, dog. Heavy. Don't ever forget. I repeat, don't ever forget Alabama is still the motherfucking standard of all this shit round here. You hear me? Heavy. Roll Tide. Yeah. Come on now. It was an amazing time, and I'll try to be visiting soon. I want to take an OV up there probably in the early summer. Gash holds a number of high profile offers. He's already visited Michigan State this winter, while Michigan, Oklahoma, Texas Tech, and plenty others are in the fold as well. As he considers his options and makes it back to Tuscaloosa for another visit, he said he's looking to see what kind of culture Alabama has in the Kalen DeBoer era. Oh yeah, come on down, man. Come on down. It it it, it will be. It is a great culture, especially now. I want to see the culture, Gash said. I know they have a really good coaching staff and they have the background. Now that Saban's gone, I want to see more of what the culture is like, how they're continuing the legacy. They had a decent year this year, mainly also the connection I feel with the coaches, how much they want me. I want to go where I'm gonna fit in. Yeah, come on around y'all to Bama, dog. You will fit in just fine, very well. Matter of fact, dog, might be the best fit you ever been in, the best system, schemes, etc., homie. For real. I'm talking per, so damn per. Yeah. Let's see here. Alabama has certainly made an impression on Gash in the week since he was offered, but he's still a ways away from making any decision. I'm blessed to have an offer from them, Gash said. Growing up, it was a dream to go to Alabama. I'm going to have to find what the right school is for me. They're definitely in the top schools I'll go to. They're definitely up there, and I have a lot of time to decide. I'm hoping to narrow some of my schools down over the summer and then make my decision. So, once again, Bama will have another, maybe a couple more opportunities to get him in the building and really have a positive influence on him when he schedules his OV. So a lot of great players, a lot of potential great players right at the door, man, for Bama for real. For some of them, it definitely will be a battle, but it's a battle Bama must fight and win. Period. Then we got another crazy athlete potentially in the building. Alabama sets official visit with versatile 2027 athlete Brooklyn Maxey. I repeat, his name is Brooklyn Maxey. Keep an eye out for Brooklyn Maxey, homie. Heavy. Oh yeah. Let's check out more about him. You can definitely never have enough athletes on your squad, on your team. Brooklyn Maxey is a 27 athlete from Carrollwood Day School in Tampa, Florida. Shout out Florida in the building. Heavy, roll tide, who has more than 20 offers and has started scheduling his official visits. One of those trips is to the University of Alabama after he received an offer from the Crimson Tide last month. Maxey is being recruited by schools on both sides of the ball, and it may come down to where he envisions a long-term future. Maxey will take on Maxey will take an official visit to Alabama on June 5th through the 7th. He has also scheduled trips to Mississippi State May 28th to the 30th, Kansas State June 12th to the 14th, and Kentucky June 19th through the 21st. He took unofficial visits to Kentucky and Louisville in January. It wasn't until later in the month that he saw an influx of new offers, which included the Crimson Tide, January 23rd, Auburn, Boston College, Florida State, North Carolina, SMU, and others. So pretty much offers from all around the U.S. from all the top big schools, bro. Period. Heavy. And this right here, basically showing Bama giving him his his offer letter or his sending him his offer letter. He's reading it. Heavy. Brooklyn Maxey, June 5th to the 7th, locked in. Yeah, really locked in. Told them boys gotta lock in with me, man, for real. Yeah. Alabama offered the 6'2", 215-pounder as an inside linebacker, while others are recruiting him as a wide receiver, damn, or safety. So he's a real athletic freak. Pretty much, I'm sure, can do it all, play anywhere. But the fact teams are looking at him to play different positions, some receiver means he's very athletic, speed as well, can obviously catch the ball, or safety